Oh shit. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, there we go. Shit. Welcome to the next episode of VGXL. I'm your host, Daniel, aka Games. Joining us again is beautiful Fefer from the channel Fefer. And today we have a special guest, the man, the myth, and the legend, Marvin, aka Gumby. What's going on, bro?
Oh, snap. We're here. It's real.
It's real,
It's
baby.
real.
We're live on, yeah. I'm trying to like still lock shit on my fucking...
Yo, have I ever told you that your intro music, I can't place it exactly to which show it is. It's either a serial killer show or a comedy show or a comedy show about serial killers.
I like that.
Well, one of those three.
I like that. We'll keep it at a comedy show about serial killers.
Yeah, I think I want.
I like
I want
that.
to watch this now.
I don't want either or. I
Well,
want it both.
If you want that exact concoction, there is a podcast called Small Town Murders. Or Small Town
Oh.
Murder, singular.
Murder. Okay.
Nice. What's that on?
Everywhere.
Oh, okay.
I normally listen on Spotify.
Oh, you said podcast. I'm bugging. I'm
Yeah.
still distracted over here. All right. But yeah, so let's get into it. So how you doing, Fefer?
I'm good. I'm tired, but
Yeah.
that's every day. Nothing new.
Yeah, it's every day. Could fall asleep standing up, right? Oh, shit.
Absolutely, all the
I've
time.
actually learned how to do that professionally.
Is that part of your military training?
That actually was. I learned it in basic.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Well, like getting a little bit of rest.
That's exactly what it was.
Okay, anywhere.
You would sleep like 3-4 hours sometimes, and you just dead asleep in formation.
Wow.
Oh man. But yeah, what you call it? So yeah, a lot happened this week. But so we'll get into that in a second. But what you been up to, Marvin? How's you said off screen? You said you weren't playing much. What was the last thing you played then?
I want to say I was surprisingly I had taken a break on Ragnarok, and I had picked up Tiny Tina's Wonderlands just for a little FPS action.
What you think about that?
It was all right. Although for some odd reason, I don't know. I haven't gotten too deep into it, but I kind of feel like the little $5.99 demo or like a little taste test
Mm-hmm.
that they have, I kind of enjoyed it better right now. But I don't know. Maybe I just got to get deeper into the game.
Oh yeah, I hear you. Yeah, that's happened to me before. That's why I'm not like super crazy about demos, because either the demo itself will be trash, or it'll be like a fun part, and then you play the game and it's like, oh, this is different. I think that happened to me way back with what was it? Lightning Returns. They had a demo for that shit on PS3. That's how far back this was. And I remember I was like, yo, this is dope. I love the way the game was. It was better than regular 13. But then, and so I bought the game. Never playing 13.1 or 13.2. So I had no idea what the fuck was going on. She's like
Amazing.
she's like an angel from heaven or some shit, and I was just like, what the fuck happened in these last two games? I was so upset. I was like, I played maybe like 30 minutes of that game and just put it down, never looked at it again.
I mean, it's not that it's a drastic change, but like there's small change because I don't know, like it's a $5 demo, but it's like you could play that for hours, honestly, like dozens of hours long. But that one was more. It felt more like freaking Borderlands than what the actual full-fledged game feels like. Like
I
it's still
see.
Borderlands, but it's like Borderlands with way more ingredients in it.
Right. So did you finish Ragnarok?
Surprisingly, I have not yet.
Really? Holy shit.
Yes, I just
And you call yourself a fanboy.
man, who would have thought?
Actually, we both finished it actually.
We did.
Yeah.
Damn.
And
Fefer don't even be playing big games like that. Jesus.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
the indie queen herself beat God of War Ragnarok.
Yeah, you slacking, Marvin.
I'm gonna have to get my box of shame.
Even I made the boy finish it too, but I had to bribe him because he's into. We made
Oh
the
my
mistake of
Lord.
letting him get into like Roblox early and Fortnite a little too early. So it's like that's so he only likes like games that obviously spark like that dopamine, and so like slower paced like story games stuff like that. He just doesn't have a tolerance for that shit. So I'm like,
Hey, going off tangent. Have you seen the Roblox game Frontline?
nah, I haven't looked at
No,
Roblox in a minute.
It
it's
looks
banned in
like
the
freaking
household.
Call of Duty.
Oh yeah.
It looks just like Call of Duty. Like from movement to freaking the way you get hurt to the aim down sights. It looks like freaking Call of Duty. I was like, how is this Roblox? But even Roblox is like, yeah, that's our game. You can play it here.
That's
I was like,
crazy
oh
because
wow.
it's true. I believe it because when we all played dabbled in Roblox back in the day when he would find a game and he'd ask us to play, and some of them shits were mad addicting. They'd be basic ass games, but they would be like crack. And after a while, I was like realizing like he would just jump on a game, get stuck on it, then jump to the next one, jump to the next one. I was like, you know what? Fuck this. You're not playing Roblox no more. I was like,
Yeah, it was getting out of hand.
you got a million games you could play that you don't touch because you only want to play Roblox. So I was like, like we cut it out.
Sir,
Yeah.
who told you to purchase these games for him if you know damn well all he needs is Roblox in his life?
I purchased them for myself, especially
Exactly. So why you mad that he ain't playing them?
exactly. Well, because because he's just gonna only play that shit, not experience real video games. So better.
Listen,
Yeah, there's a bunch of crap on Roblox. Like
he's
it's a bunch of sim games and stuff like that. I mean, nothing wrong with sim games, but if he's really in there and like trying to be an employee in a cafe online every single day, then that's trash.
listen, man. You got people evolve and their game tastes evolve. You let them get the BS stuff out, and then once they get a little older, you be like, "Yo, you should really try." The Last of Us Part 2. Damn, nah, he's a changed
Part
man.
two. Part
Yes, the
one,
ultra.
yes.
No. We want the ultra violence. All right, we need to
Ultraviolence.
we need to
That's quite a
graduate
jump
him
from
real quick.
Roblox to that.
I wanted him to play shit with substance. So I'm like you said, we have
Yeah.
we have enough games that he didn't have to play these shallow ass games on Roblox. I'm like, if you want to play something, you got the whole. I get the 2 games every month from PlayStation for ever since it started back on the PS3. I'm like, you got a
Damn.
shit ton of games you can play right there under, because we do the game sharing thing. So I was like, you can just play something there. And he got into a few other games and stuff like that. No regrets. Plus you have that shit in. I didn't stop him in Fortnite. Fortnite has like a million, like those. Fortnite is essentially Roblox now.
Like the islands and
yeah,
stuff.
it's essentially Roblox now. So he
Wait,
grew out of that though. I'm sure, maybe I'll
you
check
can
that.
make your own games in Fortnite.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
Like a
lot
game that's nothing like Fortnite. You can make
yes.
in Fortnite.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it'll use like the same like characters and I mean if you know coding and stuff, yeah, you can actually like build shit and things that are like that do not exist in the main game. Yeah, check it out. I mean, if you ever want to install it and check it
Never.
out.
Never.
I'm like,
I was
yeah,
gonna
Listen,
say just
The
I
the
just looked
furthest
it
I
up.
go into that stuff is Dreams, and I've
Oh.
put it in my PlayStation 4 once.
yeah. The kids messed around with Dreams a little bit, but then yeah, they stopped with that one.
Yeah, they got bored of that.
There's a
But
but it is what it is.
Frontlines looks crazy.
Which one?
That Frontlines he was talking about,
Oh
that
yeah.
Roblox.
Damn,
Yo,
now
it's
we gotta
like
get the
nuts.
kids on it.
It
Yeah, it's
shames
like
Call of Duty.
it's
It's
like
like,
a
yo, this is how it's supposed to be.
slightly less realistic looking Call of Duty. It's Roblox Call of Duty. It's like legit looking.
Wow,
Yeah.
I'm peeping it right now. I
Yeah.
heard about I mean, that's probably part of the graphical update that happened because I know that they were supposed to update Roblox to make it look like nicer. And yeah, this is pretty insane. Wow.
Yeah.
It's true. You don't need nothing but Roblox.
Mm-mm.
Oh man. But anyway, but yeah, for me, well, you can. What you been playing, Fefer?
So after I finished Hey Pikmin, I started playing Happy Game. Actually just a few days ago. It's very weird. It's a little, well, not a little creepy. It's pretty creepy and weird. I'm really enjoying it.
Fefer.
um, what? I like
I
weird.
no. That is understandable, but it disturbs me when you personally say a game is weird because you are the same person that attempted to introduce me to some developer that came out with like version 3 of whatever game series he was making,
Oh,
and it was
pixel.
just the most randomness.
McPixel.
I forgot
Just
what
by
it was. It
saying
was
three, I
something
knew it.
it was something
Yes.
part 3, and I was just looking at like a
Yep.
trailer, a demo. I don't know what the hell it was, but it was the most random thing I've ever seen in my life. Like I can't even remember what show it was, but just you remember how like MTV used to have those commercials for itself?
Yes. Yes.
Imagine that, but like in video game form. It was just weirdness on weirdness compounded.
So when she says this game is weird, yeah, it's
Exactly. It was
fucking
like
weird.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I'm not putting the game down.
Of
Never
course
take
not.
weird as anything like that. It's I like weird. It's like uh calling the kettle black. I recognize my own kind. That's why I love it. But yeah, I haven't gotten through all of it yet. But it's again, it's just weird. It's a little dark. I don't know what really is going to happen in this game, but I'm enjoying it. We'll follow through with that. That's all I've been playing though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I did play a few minutes of that Humanity.
Oh, the demo. Oh, the demo
Yeah, the demo.
from the state of play.
Mhm. That one's kind of that one another weird looking one with all the people and
But
stuff.
you know
But
what? It from the beginning, it kind of looked like a new version of Lemmings.
mhm.
Right. Yeah. Something
Mhm.
like
But
exactly.
Exactly.
then once you see them come out with like swords and stuff, I was like,
Yeah, they definitely took the engine or similar design from a totally accurate battle simulator because that's exactly what it
Yes.
looks like.
Mhm.
The boy loves that shit. He'd just be doing ridiculous ass things. He's like, look, I
Of
got the
course.
computer's running at 12 FPS because he put like 1,000 soldiers on the freaking thing and then kill them all. Um, but
Yep.
yeah, for me, I've been playing. I've been still messing around with Hogwarts Legacy. Like we were talking about off cam. You know, it starts off a little slow, but it's been getting better. I just broke in the game. You need money to freaking buy a few ingredients to or recipes to make your spells. But I did a few dungeons already that that the game has you go through, and the battles are fun. I just feel like there needs to be. I know they're coming. I just want them to hurry up and get here already because it's like it feels like I want to every time I get into like an epic battle, it's like I actually want more. And as you learn your fire spells and all that shit, like, it gets really fun. That game is pretty decent. Um, but and the exploring and shit is actually kind of cool too because Hogwarts itself is massive, but the map is also fucking huge. You can find caves and shit that you can explore. It reminds me of like if Elden Ring is for adults, this is like freaking Hogwarts is like for the casual or kids. You know what I mean? Where it's like you can explore, find a random fucking boss to fight in a, you can deviate from the main story for a long time if you want, just exploring and doing whatever the hell you want. But then obviously the main story unlocks, a lot of cool shit for you. So that's been pretty cool. Tried out the TDM for Apex. Now that has team deathmatch in it, and uh,
wait,
yep.
it never had team deathmatch before now?
Yeah, no, it had arenas. That was the closest thing where it was 3v3, and that's not even, but now it had it on mobile. It had it on mobile for a bit, but that's shut down. Um, but the main game that, for PC and console is, yeah, they just added it like a week ago. as a new permanent rotating mode. So they're gonna have that for like 3 weeks, and then well now 2 weeks probably at this point, and then now and then there's gonna be another mode that takes its place like that. That's how they're gonna do it seems. But yeah, it was cool. Like you do rounds, so it's like 30 round one, you get 30 kills. Round two is another 30 kills, like that. Like each team has to get 30. I think it's best 2 out of 3 too. So them matches could be dumb long. But yeah, and and Call of Duty now they added Resurgence back. So if you play Call of Duty, Marvin?
I stopped.
Okay. What was the last one you
Resurgence
played?
is what? Warzone?
Yeah, Warzone. Yeah, they added
Oh,
Resurgence back.
Listen, I haven't played Warzone since they changed it to the what was it that
Oh, Caldera,
changed,
the World War
when they changed the status where it was a quicker game, like where the map was made smaller.
Oh yeah, that's Resurgence. Yeah.
Yeah, like as soon as Resurgence came, I have not played it since.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Because I just hated the original where it was like 5,500 square meters of field, and then it was either you die immediately or you run for 45 minutes, possibly without shooting one single round, and then die. And it was just the nuisance, man. Like I ain't have the patience for it. I need my time to kill to be nice and short, so I can curse out my screen, gather myself, and get back to shooting people in the face.
I hear that. It took me a minute to get into battle royales. I think when Fortnite was getting big, like I couldn't stand this shit because it felt similar and it just wasn't good. And then you run around for like 10 minutes and then it's like a 10-year-old building some shit and murdering you. At the time, now it's gotten better. It's gotten way, especially with no builds. I actually enjoy Fortnite quite a bit, but we got into H1Z1 on the PlayStation version.
Love the H1Z1.
Yeah, because that one the matches felt shorter, and then you could drive everywhere. I don't know. I love no other BR has really done the same, where driving is the main focus of traveling. Like you could run around obviously, but you need a car in H1Z1, and I used to love that shit.
2 questions. Fortnite no build means you can't make not even a 1 floor friggin'
Correct.
step. Okay, so it's mostly like
it's just a BR.
If you can shoot from a roof, that's about as good as you can get.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And H1Z1 is the one that PUBG copied off of.
Exactly. I think H1Z1 was first, and then PUBG came out. Yeah, but then there was a PlayStation version, which was very different from the PC H1Z1, because the PC one you could collect resources and make stuff out of. You can make armor out of shit you found in the in the world or whatever, and try to survive. So it was like half survival, half battle royale, which is cool, but it fell off. And then you have PUBG. Then the one for PlayStation took all that crafting shit out of it, and it was just straight up, like almost like Fortnite no builds. It was just straight, you land wherever, you find whatever floor weapons you can find and grab a car as soon as possible, and then they would do drops. Then you wait for airdrops, and when the airdrops come in, then you have to try. That would be the best weapons of the match. You couldn't find those weapons anywhere else besides those drops, so you would have to.
So everybody's murdering themselves to try to get one of these.
Exactly, and you'd be surprised, even with a packed map at the time, because this is when we were still getting 100 people every match. Yeah, it would. Sometimes there would be nobody at those drops. It depends on where you were, because it was a lot. It'd be like 10 of them, 11 of them. Even though I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but sometimes you'd miss it. Sometimes you would try to get to it and somebody else would get to it. So you'd have your matches where you would have to kill somebody to get a good weapon. But there would be plenty of times where we would get there first and nobody'd be around. Yeah. Oh man, that was part of why I got into streaming. Honestly, that was back in 2018. When now that game gets like, if you get more than 10 people in a match, you're lucky. Then nobody plays that shit. That game is super dead.
Yeah.
I was like, I know. I always want to think about it. I'm like, yeah, I love that game, but yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, the Fortnite with the no builds, yeah, that shit is great. It's pretty fun. You got a little extra shield because you can't build the wall no more. So you actually get a little shield that recharges, and then you get your regular shield potions and all that. And We be having a blast on that shit because they always change.
Mm-hmm.
They change it every season. There's always some new meta. You know how the game plays every season. So we play with the kids. It's a fun game with the kids.
Yeah, yeah. The baby girl goes in and carries me. She always makes sure.
Damn.
Yeah, yeah. She's like, "Come on, mommy, let's go over here." And I'm like, "All right." We back each other. We get pretty far.
Yeah, and
So
it's all skill
she
based
does her
matchmaking.
thing.
So we're not when we start getting with more skilled players, we get our asses kicked, and then it goes back down to
Yeah,
to the
we
bots
do.
and easy kills. But we
I
get
don't know, man. I keep hearing people complaining about they be smurfing
really.
just to kill like basically y'all.
I mean, it
Yeah,
happens. You'll
Like
get into a
that.
match where
happens.
like there's some sweaty in there, and you're like, what the fuck? So it
Yeah,
happens. But I mean, we haven't played in a few weeks, but
we haven't. We should because the season's ending what on like the 7th or 8th or something
yeah, we gotta grind out there.
soon.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, we can get to. I see you put this on the top. What's this you put here, Fefer?
So after we finished last week's podcast, I found out that Whitethorn Games had a winter showcase. They showed a few different things. The thing about Whitethorn Games, they do a lot of accessibility. So they want everybody to enjoy their games. So there's no like crazy difficulty level or anything. It's more of the narrative, the experience, and all that stuff. So a few of the things that they did show on there, one was called Magical Delicacy, and it's like you're a witch. And then it's a cooking game. So you
Mm-hmm.
have like a platformer good cooking game going on there. Other than that, they also showed Kana Quest. So to learn kana and kanji and all that stuff through the game. It's very colorful. I've had that on my wish list for a while.
What's kana? Learn kana. What's that?
The Japanese. Yeah, the
Oh,
characters and everything in there. It's really colorful. It's really cute. And they advertise they're just showing like, oh, are you tired of flashcards and this and that? And you can learn through playing the game. So they have that. They did a teaser trailer announcement of something called Kernel Hearts. No idea what it's about. We'll wait for more information on that. And a few other titles, but the one that I've been had my eye on is called The Forest Cathedral. And it's an environmental like psychological game set on an island. And that we played that I forgot. We played the demo sometime last year, the year before. We're still waiting on it. No release date just yet. Set on an island and you're just kind of going through this island, looking through the puzzles and these weird screens that you do find on the island, they help get you through the puzzles. Check out the rest of the stuff that they have on there because it was mostly about them talking about other updates to their other games and again just the accessibility changes that they've got going on there.
that's cool. All right.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Wait, what was the Boulder Gate part of the? Wait, why you put Boulder's Gate there?
I did not.
Oh no,
Oh,
that
that
was
was
me.
just you.
That was,
Oh,
that was
okay.
me laughing at these bots. Hurt in their feelings. It makes tears of joy come down my eyes.
What were they mad about?
So apparently Baldur's Gate 3 was presented in the PlayStation State of Play yesterday, which we'll speak on later. But people were mad because originally it was announced for basically Windows, iOS, and Stadia. Obviously the Stadia version is gone now, but it wasn't
No.
We'll never
it wasn't
forget.
announced originally for consoles. So now you see it, oh snap, it's dropping on PlayStation on launch day. Where's the Xbox version? So people just mad. They're like, oh, we don't play exclusivity games. And they're bringing up 3-year-old articles that are talking about if it's going to be exclusive on Stadia or if they're going to be exclusive on Steam or Epic Game Store on PC. It was dumb because what made it worse, one particular guy I was talking to, he was like, yeah, they said on a live stream at some point they said that it's coming later on consoles after launch. So I'm like, well, the game wasn't advertised as a console exclusive, and you weren't expecting it on launch day. So why the hell are you even complaining right now? Like it can still come 3 months, 6 months, a year after, and they'll still be saying exactly what you heard them tell you at first. So why are you mad?
Oh man, you gotta love your fanboys. Gotta love them.
Gotta love them.
Oh shit. So this next one I found funny because so Rovio, the people who made Angry Birds, right? They apparently it got delisted a while ago before, and then they brought it back as like Rovio Classics in 2019. But now the company's not doing so well, and they're actually looking to sell the company. And so they delisted it again. They because people are buying the game. That game has no ads, no microtransactions. It's just a full-fledged game, and it comes with all the DLC I think that they have released for it back whenever. And so now they're completely taking it off Google Play Store, and they're changing the name for iOS to like Red's First Flight, so that when people search Angry Birds, that doesn't come up anymore. You can still get it, but they don't want it to come up anymore or whatever, because people like, goes to show you, like a good game, at a regular price, people will actually buy it, But I was just like, damn, they're doing so bad that they have to trick people to be like, yo, please get sucked into our microtransactions. Like,
Those guys are scumbags. Like,
Yes.
I ain't gonna lie. I had something like that happen to me recently with Capcom. Capcom Mobile scumbags.
yeah.
Like, I bought the Phoenix Wright on iOS, right? I bought first they have like the original trilogy, then they have like the ones that came out on like the DS and the 3DS. Like Apollo Justice was by itself. I think Miles Edgeworth by itself, and then like the newer ones they were selling together, but you would have to buy each game. It was just all placed out of one game. You know what I mean? It was just a game select in one app. So I was like, you know what? I feel like delving into some Phoenix, right? The game won't open. Actually, no, I'm lying. The game opens, but the orientation cuts off the screen. So I'm like, what the hell is going on here? When I look in the Apple Store, it's a brand new freaking app of the same first three games. And I was like, wait, I've already bought this game. Why is it charging me like $15? Oh no, it's a new version because the old one was delisted and we just put it out again.
Oh my god, I hate when they do that shit.
They-
Like that. Remember the scanner app that we had? That it was like now it's
Yeah.
built into the phones, but before it was built, we used to have the scanner app.
It was
And
Cam Scanner.
yeah,
Bitches.
and
I have that app.
yeah, it was like $3 or something. It was something stupid.
No, it was like $5
Or
for
$5.
lifetime.
Yeah,
Oh wow!
and
I
then they
just used it for
delisted
free.
that version. Then they, and if you still had it, like they started taking away features. You have to rebuy the, spending more money to unlock the features you had that you're supposed to have for life. And I'm like, this shit should be fucking illegal. Like if I bought that version, that's my version. That's it. You know what I mean? Like why update that shit?
Especially if it's a lifetime version, like you should be getting all
Exactly.
the lifetime updates.
That shit was fucking. I couldn't believe that shit. And I can't believe they could do shit like that, where they could just take some shit down and that's it. But
But I
yeah.
wouldn't even mind if at least like whatever update they didn't just mess up the orientation, so the game doesn't even work anymore. Because
Yeah.
at least before it was like when they went with like I think it was like 8-bit to 16-bit, whatever. They upgraded the quality graphics on iOS. A whole bunch of the old apps, unless they were remade, wouldn't work on the new iOS.
Oh shit.
So a whole bunch of apps just stopped working. Now, if it was something like that, I would understand. But the app still works, but it's never gonna get another update. So it's just gonna be unplayable forever.
That's why. That's like that Dead Space game. Do you ever play that Dead Space game that came out for like Android and I think iOS way back like 2011
No.
around there? Yeah, it was actually pretty fucking good. It looked like you could tell it was a little lesser than what the 360 version looked like, but it was passable. That shit was dope. It was like for 2011, mind you. You know, like I couldn't believe how close it looked to the console version, and you can't get that shit no more. And if you find the file, you probably couldn't play it because it, you know, iOS and Android have been updated so much since then that it doesn't work. But yeah, they had a full-fledged Dead Space game that was designed around touch controls, and that shit was fire and gone. Like, you know, and it was cool to play because it was obviously simplified, you know, for touchscreen, but still, it felt mad good to play that shit. And I was thinking about it, I was like, yo, whatever happened to nope, you can't find that shit anywhere.
Crazy.
Yeah, that shit's trash, but yeah, anyway, moving forward, we got Shinji Mikami that just came out with freaking Hi-Fi Rush. Did you try Hi-Fi Rush, or is that too Xbox for you?
I like rhythm. I'm not too much into rhythm combat.
It's all
Although I will say I did buy Metal Hellsinger.
yeah.
That's more rhythm shooting, so that's more acceptable. Combat is
Fair.
where I draw the line.
That's
You know what I
fair.
mean?
I see. Well, like melee combat, I guess, because that's
Yeah,
still
melee
combat.
Uh,
Yeah, it was
pew
cool.
pew is fine.
Yeah, I tried it. It's cool. Like you know, you need to play more of that Fefer, but you only played a little bit.
I do. I know.
But it was pretty cool. You know, you run around, shoot shit. I haven't gotten too deep into it, but it was alright. But yeah, it's Shinji Mikami who started Tango Gameworks left the company this week. That's interesting. I have a feeling he's gonna make an announcement. Watch in like a week or two or a month or so. At some point, he's gonna make an announcement that like NetEase fucking gave him his own studio. Like that, a lot of Japanese devs are dropping everything to go to NetEase. They're just throwing money around.
Really?
Yeah, because who else did that? The guy who did the Souls games or whatever, or like, oh no, excuse me. Am I thinking of the right thing? Fuck, I think it's somebody who worked in over there, or RGG. That's what I'm thinking. The person, the main guy who started RGG, I think left, or who started the Yakuza's games. One of them main players there, he went over to NetEase to start a new studio, and a few others. Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? They must be throwing money around.
No, what's going on is Microsoft don't know how to manage their motherfucking teams, man.
You know, I agree with that shit though, because it's like the whole shit with Halo. It's like I don't understand what they do with Halo, and it's just, you know, and then they fire everybody or whatever, and it's like, yo, this whole hands-off approach isn't working. Like, you need somebody who knows what the fuck they're doing. Because Spencer Phil ain't it. Like, he might be good at business, but going to a studio and looking at what they got or whatever, it doesn't seem like he knows how to say, hey, like, you know, guide them in the right direction. So I mean, not that I could do any better, but I don't know. I feel like, how you fuck up Halo though? Like, you should have been pulling, you know. And I agree with some people say, like, instead of spending $69 billion on buying Call of Duty and shit, it's like you could really invest that money in talent. Like, that's what you need. You need talent, you know, to come to your studios and run that shit properly and get a game that, you know, I don't know.
Well, honestly, I would have made like 10 initiative studios.
Right? Like,
Or the initiatives, like it was before motherfuckers started leaving.
yeah.
But just have whatever the hell they want to make, to just make.
Exactly. Or even have
yeah.
like smaller, like get some indie devs or get some people who can like whip together some dope little games that like I know it's hard to make video games, don't get me wrong, but it's like you know, simpler looking games and like more pixel art games don't take as long as like a real hyper realistic 3D game with, you know. So I feel like, you know, they could have had some teams that can pump out games on, you know, annually. Like, and if you have a few studios doing that, you can, you know, you can have, what, Game Pass been around since 2018. By now they should have been 17. Look at that. They should have been pumping games out by now, like 2023, and it's like barely any first party shit comes to. It's like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like, I feel like you could, you know, am I wrong, or like?
No, yeah, but listen, not only that, but like they could have had more opportunities to just plus up whatever another dev was working on. Kind of like
Mhm.
what happened with Cuphead. Like the way Cuphead originally would have came out if like Microsoft would have never backed it, it would have just been like you going from boss to boss, fight to fight. Like there wasn't a story mode to it
Mm.
until they got partnered. And then they developed the story mode and all that other good stuff. But it was mostly just a boss fight back to back kind of thing. So they
Huh.
could have been looking for more projects like that. Be like, oh, that shit look good. Yo, is a couple milli, throw it on top, bring that exclusively to us forever or for a year or two, whatever the hell the case may be.
What I'm
And throw
saying.
it on Game Pass.
Or have some like I heard that for Grounded, for example, only had like 4 people working on that game when they first dropped at Obsidian. That's where you say, okay, you got 4 people. How fast can you get that game out if we gave you 50 people to work on that shit? And I'm like, I get it. They're a business and all, but you're spending $70 billion. Like, what's what's a couple million on or even a billion on talent, just getting talent or you know people to grind shit out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just feel like they could have been having a bigger live first party library, even if it's like some smaller game titles. You know what I mean? Get some unique shit, shop around, look at indie devs who are doing unique things. Like, like
There's tons of those out there too. You can, if they have some really good, there's a lot of indie games out there that can be picked up. They have some talent to them. And
right? Like, look at Fall
I mean,
Guys. Mediatonic, how Epic went and bought them right away. Like, that should have been
exactly.
Xbox. Xbox should have been like, how much? You know what I mean? Like, they don't. That's what I feel like. They don't have that person who can go and say and see the vision, or who knows. Okay, this is, this could get us, more people on here. I don't know, something. And then I feel like some of their strategies are just bad. Like, um I was always saying like they should have an MMO that's dedicated, that's free on your thing. It's like that would normally have a monthly sub, let's say. Like you should have like
Well,
have
that's what Elder Scrolls Online is,
no,
ain't it?
I know, like, but I forgot I had another point to that, but you're right. Elder Scrolls I know is there, but isn't there still things that, oh, I don't know. I actually don't know much about how it works through
I've
Game
never
Pass.
played it.
But I don't know. I feel like they could have just had like a lot of more smaller games coming out since 2017. I mean, maybe now they're thinking about that because you had, now you're starting to see that a little bit more. But I just feel like they should have had their ear more to the ground, and also their functionality. Like, I think they should have. I feel like it should be like Stadia. Like, if I'm streaming a game on PC, that's also a PC game, an Xbox game, let's say. You only get the Series X version, which means you get the Series X limitations on top of that. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, Stadia at the very least, the only thing it had going for it was that you got the PC version of games, so you were getting at least the craziest frame rate that you could get. It didn't look as good as they said it could look, but at least it ran like really smooth. Like, that was one thing. But if, let's say, I tried out what's that game, Plague's Tale. I streamed it, through XCloud, and it's like, what I think the highest it goes is like 40 FPS, and it's just like, why am I streaming a 40 FPS game? You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck all that. I'm like, for that, I just, like,
Oh, wait a second. What? They don't give you like a PC version for like Play Anywhere?
no, you're playing the Xbox version, whatever's on the
No, but
console.
that's streaming though, ain't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
No, I'm talking about Play Anywhere, where it's like if you buy.
Oh, yeah, like locally download. Yes, you can locally down yeah, the Play Anywhere games. You can. I'm talking about streaming though. That's what I'm talking
Okay.
about. Yeah.
Well, you gotta remember, man, the series, it's only Series X blades, so that's the best they can do.
Well, that's trash. They need to fix, have infrastructure, especially that they're a cloud, they have Azure, so they're a cloud company, you could say. Like, they should be doing, I feel like they should be doing PC games. If you're gonna play, if you want to stream it where you may lose a little latency and a little bit of quality, at least it makes up in performance. You know what I mean? Because it's still not gonna look that much better. I'm sure it kind of undermines a little bit, but that's what they expect you to do on the Series S anyway. Like,
All right, but here's my question: How how do you expect to get the performance out of your actual computer from the streaming if it's a remote machine that's playing the game. Like they're not gonna replace their stuff with 4090 whatever blades
I
in
mean,
their servers.
obviously that's my complaint. That's what they should do, like Google was doing.
And not Nvidia, man. But yeah, but wasn't Google like 10 T flop easies?
What do you mean, like the hardware they were using?
Was it? It was 10 T flops.
I don't know, but it was still still ran better. Games still ran decent on there. That was their whole selling point.
I mean, it ran good, but it wasn't running like whatever the hell. It wasn't gonna run like a 3080.
Well, it should. Well, that's what I mean. That's what Valve is doing. I mean, not Valve. GeForce, yeah, GeForce Now. That's what they're doing.
Oh, you mean the guys that make freaking GPUs? Oh man, surprise! They can upgrade their own systems to 4090s.
All I'm saying is that Microsoft has the money to do that if they wanted to do that. They have the money. They could do that. I'm like, give me
they do.
They're always talking about xCloud. Make that shit dope. Make that shit like you know, at least a little bit better.
Maybe they could have put 10 billion of that Activision deal into that.
That's what I'm saying. Put some more money in that infrastructure. Buy some video cards. Oh man, I think we went off a little topic there. Elden Ring hits 20 million shipments, in digital sales in this past year. How about that?
That's a lot.
I mean, it's impressive, but I don't care.
You didn't play any Elden Ring?
No, I have actually played one From Software game for about 30 minutes, and that would be Bloodborne, even though I have purchased every single From Soft game in the last 2 gens besides Elden Ring.
Why?
For shits and giggles. Listen. It's called gaming sickness. All right.
No, I mean I have that too. So yeah, you're not wrong.
So, my backlog right now could probably last me for the rest of my fucking life.
Hell yeah! Oh my god! Hell yeah! I look. I have Steam open right now. My library consists of.
Oh no!
How many games can I play here? I have 1,233 games that I can play on my.
Oh Jesus! My God! All right, you got me beat on that one.
That's not including my PlayStation backlog, my Xbox backlog. I have some PS2 games I never played that are still in the packaging.
Bro, all right. You ever seen the 200? You remember the old 200 CD booklet?
Yes.
I had one of those. Right. Half of those was PS2 games.
Yeah, that's what I started. Right? I think that's
no. Wait. But listen to me. Half of those were PS2 games that I never touched.
Oh my lord!
Do you understand? I never even put them in my machine. They are brand new in these books.
Holy shit!
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, that's it is a sickness. And then I have the humble bundle shit every month, so I get like 10 games. I make sure to get the Epic game every week. So my Epic library is massive. I don't even buy games on Epic.
I get most of the free games, but every once in a while, like if they throw you a coupon, I usually buy something when I get a coupon.
Oh yeah, they haven't done that in a minute, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
they were getting me with that shit. I was like, $10 off, hell yeah.
Even if it's $5 off, sometimes I'll be like, $15 game for $10, cool, no problem, I'll take it.
Speaking of cool games, Pokemon Presents it's gonna be airing on the 27th, so they're gonna be giving up some. Hopefully they announced the expansion. I played the Shadow Pokemon. I didn't expect to even enjoy it that much because it ran like fucking garbage, and I was like, man, I'm not gonna fucking buy that game. And then I started hearing some of the music and we found out the guy who
Toby Fox.
Yeah, Toby Fox, who does the music for Animal Crossing. Wow, wrong game. Fuck's the name of the damn game?
Undertale.
So we, this is some of the tracks. And I was like, damn, this actually sounds kind of good. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I just said fuck, I'm just gonna buy it, and I got stuck on that shit. I played we both played the hell out of Pokemon.
It was because
All
of the
right.
freaking music and finding out that it was Toby Fox and that very addictive music, hearing it while you were playing it, that
Yeah,
sucked me into it.
yeah.
All right,
And
but
that's a wrap.
I need y'all to pretend like I'm 5.
Okay.
What the hell is Pokemon Presents?
Oh, just like a direct or whatever.
It's a Pokemon Direct.
Yeah, but I'm saying what is the actual game that's gonna release?
No, well, Scarlet and Violet have already been out, so they're just gonna talk about probably DLC or something.
Added features.
Did those games have DLC?
Not yet. They just came out like 2 months ago. So
Yeah, they came out in
Aren't
November.
those
November,
remakes
yeah.
or remasters, whatever?
What happened?
Aren't those like remakes or
No,
remasters?
Scarlet
No.
and Violet are brand new games. They're brand new. They're the ninth gen, I think. So yeah,
Yeah, I
brand
think
brand
so.
new, brand new to in the series. The remasters were Pearl and Diamond and Pearl, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, which came out back in like December of 2021, and then like a month later or a few months later, then they came out with what's the name of it? Arceus, Pokemon Arceus, which was like takes place in one of the other regions or whatever. Like in the past, it's like historical Japan or whatever. And then this came out with 3 Pokemon games in
Wait,
1 year.
Wasn't that the bullshit one that had like unlocked Pokemon that were locked?
I don't know.
Like you remember what was it? Street Fighter 4? Where
Mhm.
like they had the DLC characters on the disc. You just had to pay to unlock them.
Oh,
It was like some shit like that where it was like there were more Pokemon in the game. They just weren't allowed to be in the game. I don't know if it was at that time or whatever.
it might have
But like,
been. I know the controversy was around Sword and Shield because yeah, they were using assets from like the 3DS, but then they said that they didn't include all of them. They couldn't even get them. And then, I mean, this one now it's like they have some of them in there, but you have to wait for like a raid or something to catch them. So I'm not sure how they do this shit, but yeah. So this is just yeah. So with this presentation on coming up on the 27th should just be about whatever their added features for Scarlet and Violet. That's the first it's a true open world, but it just ran pretty shitty. But it was good though. I mean, it was still fun when it worked.
I had no issues with it because, well, in the beginning I did, but every time I stopped playing, I would close it out, and when I would turn my Switch back on, then I would start a new. I would open it fresh,
Hmm.
so I didn't really have too many issues.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing.
I mean,
Nothing really
my
sticks
issue was the
out.
fucking
So
frame rate was just garbage, especially when I reopened Sword and Shield just to take a look at it. That shit ran like at 60 FPS, compared to this that barely ran
yeah,
30. It barely could run 30. There was a lot of
yeah.
slowdown.
The
So
grassy areas
sir,
really
you are
killed
playing
it.
a Switch. All right, you need to hope for 60, but expect 30.
yeah, well, I was hoping for at least 30, and it was like 20, 25 sometimes or 18. That shit was horrible. Sometimes
Yeah.
it depends. Like if you played, well, there's a memory leak essentially. So if you played a little too long and you ran around, it would start slowing down like something fierce, and then eventually it would get so bad the game takes a shit. So it's like, but before, like she said, whenever we stop, I would just save it and just kill the whole game. So that way you're starting fresh every time. So it ran decently for the most part, but it had those moments where it's just like, why is this running like fucking garbage right now? But yeah, I know. That's why I can't wait for well, this which brings me to my next point because the next one is Microsoft and Nintendo signed a 10-year deal for Call of Duty, guaranteeing Call of Duty after the merger happens. And it's like everyone's like, oh, how are they gonna get Call of Duty to run on the Switch? I'm like, that's not like, are y'all dumb? Like, the Switch has been out for going on next month makes 6 years that shit's been out. And
Yeah, but it had the hardware was like the strength of a system that came out 3-4 years before that.
exactly. So that's why I'm like, there's no
So
way Call of Duty is gonna come out on the main Switch. Maybe mobile, maybe, but I think what they're talking, and maybe so a remaster could, but I doubt anything's coming out for the base. I think new hardware is on the way, guaranteed.
Well,
Yeah,
they could do it. Don't they have a couple of games that are like they play
cloud.
off the cloud? Yeah.
That would be that would probably be a horrible way to play. But if they did that, I would think they were stupid for doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's possible that they could do that. Like, that would just be dumb. Like, there's a new Switch coming soon, guaranteed by the end of this year. We're gonna hear about it because the sales are declining already, and every
What do you
quarter.
mean? They just hit. Didn't they just hit like 140 million?
No, what I mean is this is business, economics. So pretty much if you sell less than the previous quarter, that's a loss. So they're still selling like crazy, but instead of 25 million, it's been dropping down. So it's like 25 million. Then the next year or the next quarter was like 2, and I think this last one was like 19. So it's slowly going down how many they sell. It's still selling in the millions, in the tens of millions, but I'm just saying,
I don't think it's releasing until 2024.
No, I said we're gonna hear about it. I agree with you. We're gonna hear about it by the end of the year. It's definitely not coming out this year, huh?
No, but I mean it's gonna be like Christmas 2024.
Yeah, I believe it. They want to sell 20 million. They want to bump it back up, and they're I listen to a lot of this shit, and I pay attention to a lot of the business shit. So it's like that's what I've been hearing. So Tears of the Kingdom is gonna give them that 20 million bump. For sure. Like, they're going to sell better than they did last quarter with Tears of the Kingdom, for sure. But I'm pretty sure they're going to announce a successor by, I say, if they don't do it by the end of the year, then I would say, if it's going to be Christmas next year, then they'll probably announce it, March or something like that, before the end of their fiscal year, which ends in March. There's no way we don't hear it before next March. That's for sure.
You think that the new Zelda game is going to give them 20 million in sales as far as consoles?
That's what they're hoping. That's their projection right now. They're saying that. Not me. They're saying that. They're projecting 20 million on the next end of the quarter or something.
I mean, they can project that, but what I'm saying is I don't think it's going to be based because of Zelda.
I think Zelda is a big reason that they're going to hit higher numbers.
Yeah, Zelda's a big hitter.
I mean, Zelda.
I'm sure they're kind of
when the Switch launched.
Zelda there.
My bad. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Remember, like when the Switch launched, yes, they sold more copies of the game than they had of the console, but then it hit, what was it, 30 million, and then it's just stayed in that general area, and now you got 100 whatever million consoles sold. So I would imagine somebody that wanted to play Zelda on Switch would have purchased the last one.
Well, I mean,
I don't think you're gonna find. All right, let's put it this way: I don't think you're gonna find 20 million new people that are like, "Oh shit!"
Well, it's already selling almost 20 million, right? It's already hitting close to that. So if you get those people, I almost did it, right? I almost said like maybe for the new one, I haven't bought the OLED yet, So there's, so people who still have the OG Switch, who haven't, like us, we haven't bought another one. I mean, maybe for the kids, they want like our daughter has a slightly newer model, but not I haven't touched the OLED or anything like that. I feel like this would be a reason for people to say, you know what, I'll get the OLED with that. There's gonna be a special edition with it. It's gonna sell. I think it's that I just think I'm not saying this is already in the range. They're already gonna sell with no Zelda game. They're already hitting these ranges, right? So I'm just saying they're gonna get that nice little bump to get that number up a little bit. And maybe you're right. Maybe they won't sell that shit, right? They'll still sell.
The game is gonna sell, but what I'm saying is I don't think you're gonna have 20 million people buy a console just to be like, oh shit, that new Zelda coming out. Let me go get a Switch now.
No, I think they're gonna buy an extra Switch, or finally buy the OLED, or buy the special edition that comes with that shit. That shit's gonna sell. And we're talking about like a 2 million difference. Now, I'm not talking about 20 million people are buying that. I'm saying it's already gonna hit. It's already hitting almost 20 million every year. So it's like, I think this past year it hit only 19 million. So they're projecting 20 million by the end of the next fiscal year. That might be a stretch. That's what they're hoping for. Maybe you're right. Like, maybe, it's not enough. And I hope it's not enough. I'm tired of the fucking stuff. People need to stop buying that shit so they come out with the next one. Tired of this fucking 1080p. Not even. I don't care about 1080p. I'm tired of this fucking 30 FPS nonsense. That
like your mobile chip, your phone chip.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see. Now with that DLSS is becoming more and more prevalent, and it's probably going to use NVIDIA again. I think it's whatever they come out with next is going to be decent. At least decent enough to run Call of Duty. Now, how many years it runs games well?
Oh, that's one.
Remains to be seen.
Or they could put the Roblox Call of Duty in there.
Right.
Bam.
That'll work.
A front line. All right, put that front line on the Switch. It's over.
Oh man. But yeah, moving on. So this past week we saw the state of play, and I thought it was boring. You said, what did you think, Fefer?
Oh wait, I don't think you ever.
What?
You ever said, what do you think about the pandering with that?
With what?
With the COD on Nintendo.
Oh, just that. Well, what I was getting just that people were saying that it's gonna run on the regular Switch. I think that's fucking stupid. I don't think it's gonna.
I'm just talking about the fact that they're like, hey, we're gonna bring this to 140 million new people.
Oh yeah.
This, that, and the third. When we all know damn well the only reason that you did it was to try to help push the Activision Blizzard deal through. And there was not a damn thing in the world that was stopping Activision from putting COD on Nintendo in the last 10 years, except themselves. And the only reason why they didn't do it, is because they knew that people that had the Nintendo devices weren't really too into COD.
Exactly. Yeah,
So,
I thought that shit was corny. Like it's super obvious. It's like, like they give a shit or whatever. It's like look what is it, CMA or whatever, the European Union.
That's a British one.
Yeah, exactly. And look the people here in the US and everywhere else, like we care about the gamers. We're gonna share it. And then you had that woman, the VP from Activision, who was like put up a meme talking about, oh, Sony could have access, guaranteed access. Oh, but they rather just be left out of it altogether. I'm like, shut up. I'm like, they're a business and they're trying to get the best for themselves. Like,
she's the union buster also, which makes it even more ironic.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about then, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know she was a union buster like that. Damn, that woman got a.
I think she was like the communications person, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot what exactly she was.
That's yeah. That's crazy. Of course, the bots are like shooting themselves in the foot, like praising all this shit. I'm just like who knows? Like the fact that y'all trust any big company, because I don't trust Sony either. But it's like the fact that you think like Microsoft's like the second coming, who's gonna do anything good when they can't even keep Halo, doing well. It's like, come on, like. I'm still wondering what the hell they were gonna release a year and a half ago when the Craig made its appearance. Like, what the fuck were y'all gonna do with that game?
That would have been nuts. But out of the whole Halo Infinite fiasco, you know what is more hilarious? Like the funniest thing, honestly, besides all the people that left and all that other good stuff, is the fact that the general public saw Craig. They said, what the hell is this? They're like, alrighty, let's take this shit back to the lab. They brought their dude that was working at Xbox Publishing. They're like, yo, you're a triple OG. Come back, come to 343, fix this dog shit. You can do it. And he was like, I got you, fam. And they worked on it. It got released. They ain't do a damn thing for a whole year. And then he was like, you know what? Screw this. I'm going back to Xbox Publishing. Later, Gators. And he bounced.
That shit is crazy. It's like, how do you not see what happened to Anthem? Anthem literally had the same problem. You had this game that was okay or whatever, and then you didn't make a fucking looter shooter. Like, their mantra was don't be like Destiny. And that killed the game. Like, you mentioned should have been like what what's making Destiny work. They were trying so hard to differentiate themselves that they ended up just becoming a way lesser version of Destiny.
Wait, but wasn't their issue that they had like they had no content and like expensive ass armor or some
Yeah,
shit?
that's what I'm saying. Like they were trying so hard not to be like Destiny that actually had loot. That there was no loot in the fucking game. They had no guns. It was like what was like the handle was a slightly different shade of the, you know, you have a legendary gun that looked exactly like your level 1 gun with a little bit different shade on it, and that was it. It was like no loot to get, and the story was fucking short and garbage. And then
Listen, they made the game in like 14 months. Give them a
Exactly.
goddamn break. They ain't even know the damn robot was supposed to fly until 14 months before release, man. Come on.
Not for nothing. You're right. I'll give them their flowers on that. They did. It was 18 months, and they did a lot of fucking work. And you know, in that 18 months, like to put out what they put out. If Microsoft did that shit, they'd have to be crunching. But Microsoft's cracked the whip. They could have a game like shitty games like Anthem come out every 18 months.
What I can't believe is that they ain't do shit for like 5 years.
I know, yo, that shit boggles my mind. And then when the dudes
is
from what was it, the Star Wars game that you know, Galaxies or whatever it is. I mean, not Galaxy. That's the old one. The Old Republic or whatever. They were trying to tell them how to make a live service game. The guys who are actually running a live service that's somewhat successful, and they wouldn't want to hear them. They were like too, you know, they were like fucking divas and shit. Like,
really?
like I'm a legendary, you know, I worked on Mass Effect, and you're trying to tell me how to
Yes,
make, you know?
that's who it was. It was the Mass Effect. Damn, what the hell is the name of the developer?
BioWare?
Yeah, they were like, it just works.
No, isn't that Bethesda that says that? Todd Howard?
No, but that was their thing. They were like, yo, at the end of the day, it just works.
Oh yeah, the
that's
BioShock
it.
magic. I mean BioShock, BioWare magic or something like that. Like
Yeah, something like that.
yeah, that it all comes together at the end. Yeah, that they, you know, just bad management, but it all comes together. Ah man, but that's what I'm saying. That's what happened with Halo. You had a solid. The difference though is that you had like, well, people like the campaign. It was I didn't really play through it. I didn't really care about that. But the multiplayer was pretty fire. Like I got addicted to the multiplayer for a minute there. I played that shit for like a month straight, but it's true. It's like no maps. When the new season finally drops, it's like they added 2 maps for the new season. There's no gear worth getting. You know, it's like the battle pass gives you like the wackest fucking looking things on for your Spartan, and it's all because they fell in that same mistake. They have an engine that's not good to build quick assets, and that's why everyone's switching to fucking Unreal 5, because you can make Fortnite, you know, you have like games like Fortnite where you can make quick assets. You know, you want to change it up, you can just put it over the wireframe. I'm sure that's how they do it, and now, you know, and I'm sure there's minimal testing, and it seems like this engine that they're using is just, you can't build on it. And I think that's probably why they had like literally like no content, because it must take a while to, they probably have to build the content and then test the shit to make sure it works. So I'm sure the turnaround on a skin is not worth it. And that's why it's like, it just, that's what sucks, you know? But whatever. Oh man. Speaking of Taha, I just wanted to bring this up. So we went to the New York Game Awards, which is like, it's a tiny little award show, but freaking Reggie Fils-Aimé helps run it, or whatever. And so he was there. We took a picture with him and Phil Spencer. He was just walking around like nothing. He was just like walking around the lobby area, and I saw Todd Howard.
So wait, just quick question. People weren't like jerking him off as he was walking down the halls?
Not as much as you would
Philly
think.
Spence?
Like, I mean, he had a line for pictures way bigger than Reggie did. I would have thought more people would have been, you know, because everyone loves Nintendo and, you know, Reggie Fils-Aimé era.
But I mean, he hosts it every year, so I mean,
that's true. But this year, yeah, Phil was there, and yeah, I mean, he dipped like shortly after. Like we quickly got a picture with him, but he dipped, and we met Jeff Keighley, who looked like a bum, bro. This guy came in like a sweats, like he didn't want to be there. He's like paying his respects or whatever, because I'm sure he knows that there's money being thrown around, so he's like, guess I'll show up.
Wasn't the Game Awards like around the same time?
Yeah, the regular, his Game Awards are December, and this one was in middle January.
January
I
17th.
don't know,
Yeah.
man. Maybe that man was gassed. He was like, "Yo, I'm sick of this shit."
We tried to say hi to him. He took a picture with us, but he ran out
I
that
mean, that's
door.
because I kind of got in
She
his
got in his
way,
way.
though.
Yeah, she's like, hey, can we take a picture? Like he's like obviously trying to walk out, and he was like, yeah, sure. Yeah, Jen did not give no
It'd
fucks
have been
that
like, "I
night,
love the Game Awards. They're amazing."
right? Jerk him off in his ear, like, oh yeah. Oh man, whisper Kojima in his ear, probably would have got him wet.
Oh Lord.
But yeah, so I see Todd Howard early before the award show started. I was like, oh shit, that's Todd Howard. He was just standing there. This dude, first, he's tiny. He's like shorter than me. I'm only like 5'7". Dude, this must be like 5'4" or something like that, or 5'5". The little guy or whatever. And I was like, hey, Todd. And he turned to me. He looked so fucking frightened that somebody knew his name. He just looked at me. I was like, how you doing? And he was just like, he like mumbled something. And I overheard this other guy's same thing. He was like, oh, I said hi to Todd Howard. And he just like looked freaked out. I was like, this dude is, he got that star, the fuck's it called? His game. Starfield. He got Starfield fucking coming out. You know, he's a wanted man. Like, I don't know. Dude looks so shook from just saying hi to him. That shit was hilarious. And he wasn't there after. Like, Spencer's taking pictures. Reggie's taking pictures. That dude was out. Like, nowhere to be found. He was not trying to talk to nobody. I thought that was just funny. Fucking jerking off Phil Spencer. Oh shit. But yeah, so state of play. So I mean, I don't know. I just thought it was all right. I was hoping for a little bit better. Usually I don't mind what's being shown. I don't know. I guess I didn't care about the games.
Yeah, same. They were just
Wow, you of all people, Fefer.
I mean, I liked
You didn't care about the
Humanity.
games. You didn't care about Goodbye Volcano High. You didn't care about Tachia. Humanity. Huh?
I mean, yeah, those are like the only that really piqued my interest. And I mean, the Street Fighter did stick out because I used to like playing Street Fighter as a kid. I mean, I've fallen off a lot since then, obviously. But and even Baldur's Gate, but
Man, you're talking about like a whole bunch of games compared to the amount that was shown. It was like, I want to say six or seven VR games, and then about another 7, 8 other games, maybe. I think I might be going high.
It was like 5 VR
Honestly.
games, and I don't know.
No, because they came out with like another VR game after the VR game section.
Oh, was it Resident Evil 4? Yeah, Resident Evil 4 has a VR.
No, it was before the Resident Evil 4. I forgot what the name was.
Wayfinder? No.
It was the one that was like Control but VR. Like that was shown after the VR section.
Hmm.
The one where you could like ragdoll dudes and then shoot them in the face at the same time. You don't remember that one?
No, I'm not sure what you're talking about.
There was a game. It's a shooting game where you could literally ragdoll people like in the game Control. And then you could ragdoll them and shoot them in the face as you ragdoll them. I forgot what the name of it was.
The Foglands? Is that what you're talking about? Wasn't that the first game shown?
No, Fogland. This one looked more like VR, like Virtual Boy VR-ish,
Oh,
kind of.
I'm not
In
seeing
color.
let me see something.
Well, either way, I mean, you know, the VR stuff, I'm just like whatever about at this point, because I played a bunch of VR. We have I used the Quest to connect to the PC, so like, I want to see some new stuff, but I don't know. Chia looks decent. Destiny, I haven't gotten into. Destiny looked kind of cool. I don't know. It was just I'm surprised you even liked it that much, because I'm like I feel like some of those what is it? The one after the Summer Games Fest, they usually do the indie
the Day of the Devs.
Day of the Devs. Like there was some dope shit shown that day, and you didn't like. You were like, it was just all right. And I thought there was some cool shit there. At least some. And this was just like, I don't know. This was just okay.
It just wasn't for me. I don't know what you're talking about. It wasn't for me. for the most part. I think there were like 2 or 3 games from that showcase where I was like, yes, I might mess with those. But I mean, in all honesty, much of this wasn't for me. The only thing is, it for the most part didn't look bad. Like I was a little surprised with Volcano High because I
Mhm.
thought that was garbage from the first time it was shown.
Mhm.
But then I see it has some rhythm game stuff
Yeah, it
mixed
had the
in with,
rhythm game.
Yeah, they did.
Mhm.
They did do a
I'm
better job
guessing,
showing
whatever
that
that
part.
Life
Yeah.
is Strange crap.
Yeah.
So I was like, if it was just the rhythm game, oh, I'd be all over it.
Yeah.
But nah.
And then they show like what Naruto, Boruto, Ultimate Ninja Storm. I don't care about that. Baldur's Gate, I've been interested. I'm definitely interested in checking that out when it comes out. And then they showed that online multiplayer Wayfinder.
You'll control
That one looked all right, but it's an MMO, so I don't really care about that.
Yeah, I don't mess
Yeah.
with those.
Street Fighter 6, so that was fire. That looked hot. Cammy looking crazy with that arch. I guess I don't know. I guess maybe I would have felt better if like I said, it was just the VR games are just VR games. So I'm not really
Listen, you got Street Fighter 6, you got Resident Evil 4, you got VR games.
Resident 4 and Street Fighter 6
Over.
were really the highlights, and then everything else was just all right. Like Humanity looked cool, like that was all right. But then I don't know. I guess at the end, it's you know how sometimes the ending is just like what kind of leaves the final like bad taste in your mouth. It was just Suicide Squad did not look good to me. It looked like a fucking like a shooter, and I'm like, this is Suicide. Like if there's more to it, or that's what I'm staying optimistic about it, but if there's more to the game, they didn't do a good job showing that off in this. It's like, it's like the only one that they said, does melee was the shark guy, and I feel like they barely showed any melee with him. He did like a couple of punches. It's like, your guys are known for your dope hero melee. It's with Batman. Like, what the fuck is this? And then it got boring showing them the shooting those glowing purple blobs on the thing. It was like, this looks boring as fuck. Like, I'm sorry, like this does not look that interesting.
All right, so fuck Suicide Squad. If the showcase would have ended with Resident Evil 4, how you think you would have felt?
Same, because I'm just I don't know. I'm interested in Resident Evil 4. I'm not that excited for it though. If it would have been like, I was hoping they would have really went back and did Code Veronica, and because you could do whatever you want with that one.
That trailer was fire. How are you not hyped?
I'm gonna play
Resident
it. I'm
Evil
interested.
4. Listen, I don't even care if you played Resident Evil 4 on the 55 other releases that it's had in its lifetime. That shit right there was fire.
No, it looks
from
fire.
the shooting, from the close shooting to the sniper shooting to the melee. Motherfucker, what was it? A German suplex on the dude. That shit was crazy.
Look, it's not a surprise. This shit's we've been known it's coming out, so it's not. It's just not a surprise. There's nothing like that that's getting me hype than I already am. I'm like, all right, cool, it's coming out. I don't want to see it no more. I want to play it. I want to play it.
Sir, first off, it is very nice to see. Second off, this is a state of play. It is not a PlayStation showcase. It is a state of play. 90% of the state of plays have been okay. Been alright, like a 7-ish, maybe 7.5 occasionally. And then you got the 1 or 2 out of there that you're like, yo, that is a solid 8, 9. But for the most part, they've been all right. So I don't understand why you expecting like freaking.
I don't
know. MGS remake on this.
I wasn't expecting nothing too new.
Like, yo, my Lord Kojima Volume 1. It's not happening, dog.
I wasn't expecting none of that bullshit. I just didn't care that much about the stuff that's here. Even if I'm gonna play, I'm definitely gonna play. But I'm getting that Resident Evil 4 day one for sure. And Street Fighter day one for sure. Like I'm super hyped for those. But it's just like, all right. But I knew those were coming, and I don't want to, like there was nothing about that was like, I don't know. Maybe I'm whack with that part. And then like I said, Kill Justice League. That's what I was there for. I was hyped to see Kill the Justice League, and I was like, this looks trash. The one game I was actually hyped to see more of. It's just that I already know what to expect with Resident Evil 4, so I just want to play it. Suicide Squad, we barely seen anything, so I was like interested to see. Okay, let's see some more of that, and it was a letdown. Volcano High, again, I already know what that game was. Don't really care that much about it.
You did not know
game.
what the hell that game was. Stop lying.
Volcano High. I mean,
because all they showed at the first announcement was. You don't even know what the fuck it was. It was just
okay. So
animated dinosaurs.
There's some rhythm in it, but so who gives a fuck?
They ain't show it with some rhythm in it. They just showed animated dinosaurs.
No, I'm saying even now that we see there's some rhythm in, it's like again, I don't give a fuck.
Well, yeah, but it's not a rhythm game. It's like it has rhythm sections, but then it has talking whatever. I don't know what the hell you call those.
Yeah, the visual novel portion.
Yeah, it's a visual novel with some rhythm sections. So obviously it ain't for me. That is definitely not my type.
What are we talking about here then?
That's what?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's,
who
that's
cares
a game
about
for
that
Fefer,
game?
know what I mean?
That's what I'm
Fefer
saying.
can check it out. I'll give a rating, know what I mean?
I don't give a shit about.
No, but what I'm saying is you had no idea what the hell the game was gonna be back then. You just saw dinosaurs, some whack music, and that's it.
I turned my brain to that. So when they saw more, I was like, all right, so there's a little bit more to it. Who gives a fuck about this game?
Well, it's an update, sir. That's what it is.
On games that.
What I really need an update on is Little Devil Inside.
Oh shit! I forgot. Where the fuck is that game?
Yes.
See, if they would have showed that, I would have been hype. I would have been like, oh yeah, see, games that got announced that we know about.
See, now you're full of shit. Because that's another game. You're like, I saw this game 35 months ago.
Care about a game
I don't need to see
it
anymore.
I don't need to see Resident Evil because I'm getting that day one. I don't need to see it. So, fuck that. I mean, it looked dope though. I'm just saying. That was like one good game. That was it. Resident Evil 4 and two games, Street Fighter and Resident Evil 4. The only games that were like look great. But again, I was gonna get those anyway. So it's like there was no new information on games that I cared about.
That's fine. That is fine, sir. It is a state of play.
Yeah.
It's not banger city.
No, but I mean I knew what to expect. No, that's why I'm like I'm not like these fanboys who go on like, oh, they don't got no games. They fucking now they're trying to flip it. Like, oh, you got a Spider-Man this year. I'm like, that's all I need this year. Give me that Spider-Man.
Word. Give me that Spider-Man. Give me that Wolverine.
Hell yeah. Yo, you heard that's gonna be mature too? Oh, I'm super hyped. I hope they don't fuck it up. Oh, have you been watching
The Last of Us?
Yes.
Of course I have. What pony's gonna miss The Last of Us? Crazy.
Yeah, we've been watching every single one of them. What do you think so far?
Keeping up.
Yeah.
Been pretty good. Pretty good. I wish obviously that there was more action.
Yeah, they need to kill more.
You had a couple of decent ones like episode 5 with the two brothers. That was pretty good, but then you got the complete opposite where there's just literally no action, like Bill's house.
Yeah.
Episode 3. Yeah, you know what really pissed me off with episode 3?
What's that?
It was the fact that they shoot Bill, right? And I forget what the other guy's name, brings him in the house, right? And you're like, yo, dude, get a freaking gun. These guys are outside. They're coming to murder you. And Bill is like, don't worry about it. The fence will get him. And that's it. The fence got him. I'm like, bruh, get the fuck out of here. What kind of magical fence you got that just be marking, motherfucker? Like, I know you got traps, but if they know you got traps, why the hell would they, like, try to creep around your fence? They're like, no, we've already set these traps off. He ain't going to have any more in this area. Let's destroy this fence in this one area. So that one specific part had me mad as hell. I ain't gonna lie. And also, I had a old moment where like I realized I'm fucking old because I was like, yo, why these motherfuckers still got gasoline?
Oh yeah.
That shit degrades hella quick, dog.
Yeah.
It ain't lasting no 20-something years. I was like, get your fucking horse, Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah, and the way he's like, oh, we'll get like two. We have to refill like every 4 to 5 miles or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
Like
like there should be no gas in no vehicle
that's not
20 years after. Son.
exactly.
Get
That's
out of
like
here.
that's not how that works. That most diesel I was reading, like biodiesel, could be something more a little more realistic, but gasoline sitting in a car, nah. That's not how that works.
I think it's like months that shit stays
Yeah.
good. But,
Yeah, it's like 3 to 6 months, depending. Yup. I never knew that. I actually just learned that like not that long ago. Holy shit.
so that was an old man moment right there. I was like, oof, God, am I that guy?
And I feel like they could have stuck to the game a little bit where the other guy kills himself or whatever, and while he helps, and they didn't do anything with Ellie and Joel, because in the game he helps them, and like that was
Yeah, not gonna lie, I was mad that they didn't have the upside down Joel scene.
yeah.
But all in all,
That's true.
I don't care where they've detoured off the game.
Right, it's true. It's like people were like getting super tight. I'm just like does it really fucking matter? Like like it doesn't matter as long as they don't get too crazy with it, like like I don't know, like Joel gets a jetpack or some
dog,
shit, right?
Let's go.
Or like they turn Ellie into like I don't know, you know what I'm saying, like it's just it's enough.
But in all honesty, I still wouldn't care if they went like hard left, like damn near making a 180 hard left. I still wouldn't care because if I wanted the story that much, I'll just play the freaking game again. And
Yeah.
I won't care about this freaking TV show. But people acting like, yo, I can never play the game again. All the PlayStations across the land are destroyed, and we will never have this masterpiece available ever again.
That shit is so fucking weird to me, because it's like people really were like, I want a 1-to-1. Like, no, so you want them to be like scavenging and walking like the video game and shit. Like you just want the video game recreate. Like that's not happening. Yeah.
No, but
yeah.
What cracks me up with those people is those are the same people that didn't realize that Bill and Ellie are like gay and lesbian.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Meanwhile, if you were actually scrounging through the environment, you would actually not even. For Bill, it's scrounging through the environment. For Ellie, it's literally just playing the DLC, which is the next episode coming up.
Oh, that's right. And I never played the DLC. I should get to that one day.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for itself to finally. Did you ever play the remake?
No. Once I found out that it was the bullshit adjustments, I was like, I'm not going over 40.
Yeah.
Once it hits 40, I might get it. But last time I saw it was 45. I was like, am I gonna break? No, I'm not gonna break. All right. I was resolute in my stance, not paying for that without better. They should have done better. They could have done better.
I think
Smarter
so.
AI is great though.
Yeah, it's exciting. Like I only played it once, so I definitely will get it at some point, because I only played that game one time and watched Fefer play through the regular remaster a few months before they announced this shit. Was it 2021 or 22 that you finally played Last of Us? I don't remember anymore, but
I don't know.
yeah. But anyway, so
I say end of 2021.
Right? Yeah. So
damn, that's crazy because I never played the series until literally a month before the release of Part 2.
Really? Oh shit! Nah.
Yeah, like I was like, oh yeah, okay. I hear good things.
When Sony had their 2012 like PlayStation whatever showcase they had, probably E3 or whatever, when they were still doing that, and they showed that scene that with Joel like wrestling with some dude or whatever, and it ends with him taking the shotgun and shooting it, and it ends the scene right there. I was like, I gotta get that fucking game. Yo, I rebought a PS3 just for fucking Last of Us. That shit,
Jesus,
like, that should change the game for me. It was like that solidified my PS4 purchase. I was like, yo, Sony came with the fucking heat with that shit, that I was like, I couldn't wait for every game after that. I was a Sony fanboy hard for a bit there because I was a Xbox. Well, I was pro Xbox during the 360 era, where everybody
Hell
should have been
yes.
an Xbox fan because the online was just so good compared to the PS3. Even the console sharing was so much better on 360 than it was on PS3. And
Yeah, but
and you
you
could
gotta
pop games
remember.
right in at the time.
Yeah, but you gotta remember once what was it, 2010 hit? Them games wasn't coming out on Xbox no more.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like I turned, it was around that time that was it the Last of Us? I'm not sure. I know I rebought a PS3. I had the 20 gig, which I'm mad I got rid of, because that had all the backward compatibility and all that shit. But I played Metal Gear Solid 4, and then I wasn't playing shit else. I was playing on my 360, so I sold it. And and then it was like, I think it might have just been that trailer, and then which was still a ways out anyway, so I had time. So I think that's what it was while I was waiting for it. I think I ultimately rebought the PS3. But I was gonna say, but you're right. It felt like things slowed down on 360, and after a while, it was just like dope shit was coming out on PS3 finally. That the later half of the PS3 was, and then they started giving out the free games. It was like that was a wrap. It was like, yo, I got into my PS3 way late in its life, and then the PS4 came out, and I was like day one. And then the Xbox One, because the Xbox One, once they mentioned that online shit, I was like, fuck Xbox.
Listen, I
Yeah.
told myself I'm not making the mistake of buying a Xbox first this time. As soon as I got the dates with the PS4, because I remember the last 3 years of the gen, like that meme where fucking Squidward is looking at SpongeBob and Patrick outside his window having fun. Meanwhile, he's sad in his house. That's
Yeah.
what I felt like. And I was like, yo, I'm not letting this happen again. I'm getting my PS4 day one. And I super duper overpaid for that shit. I had to buy the EA bundle. It came with like NBA Live, NBA Madden, NFL Madden, and something else. I forgot what it was. Oh, and FIFA.
Oh shit. Yeah, I pre-ordered that shit immediately. Right? Yeah, because I had gotten it. Yeah, I pre-ordered it. I couldn't believe that I actually got. Where were we? How I even pre-ordered? I think we weren't already in the Bronx, were we? I forgot where I would pre-order the PS4 at. I got that shit immediately.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I think it might have been no. Anyway, I was talk about where I was working because I know the Switch. I told my boy we were working. I was like, yo, GameStop got pre-orders open right now. Let's run down. There was literally a GameStop. We worked in a call center in a shopping area, and Bay Plaza over there in the Bronx. And there was a GameStop right there. I was like, yo, let's go pre-order. He's like, nah, I don't want that shit. And then next thing you know, the shit's coming out. He was like, yo, how can I get a Switch? He couldn't get. He had to.
I remember.
It was sold out everywhere. I was like, yo, what happened? I was like, yo, you could have pre-ordered with me. I told you to come. I was like, yo, just give me $5 and pre-order the fucking Switch, or $50, I think it was, whatever it was. And he was like, nah, I don't want that shit. And then fucking beasting afterwards, like, oh, I can't find it, blah blah. I was like,
didn't he have to go out to like Jersey or
yeah,
something?
I think ultimately he went to Jersey and he ended up with like 4 Switches or 5 Switches after that, because then he just kept buying anywhere that had them. He would just buy 1 or 2 of them. But it is what it is. But yeah. So yeah, I think we covered everything we want to cover. Is there anything else you want to say, or are you looking forward to any other games? You're muted. I thought, I'm like, are you
Coming
muted?
up?
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing off the top of my head that I'm thinking about besides Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, I got. Oh, I forgot. I forgot to mention earlier. Sons of the Forest that just dropped this week. I got that. I was fucking around with that game. I like survival games, so I'll probably be on that a little bit. Oh, and No Man's Sky got a fucking VR update, so I might fuck around with that in VR.
Guess what I bought today?
What you bought?
I bought No Man's motherfucking Sky for my VR, motherfucker.
Oh shit! Yeah, because there was you never tried it in VR before?
No, I never played the game at all.
Oh, well, I don't know if you'll like it, but
Uh-oh.
I mean,
Listen,
it's all
it's
right.
VR. It's gonna be better than if I didn't have it in
Oh
VR.
yeah. Absolutely. It's pretty fucking interesting. And then now they made a lot of the menus better. So now you can just look at your arm and the menu will pop up, and it has hand tracking and all that. I'm like, I gotta fuck with it. I definitely gotta fuck with it, because flying the ship it's super disorienting, but it's cool because when you put your hands out, you grab the controls, and there's no, unfortunately, there's not really much weight to it. But if you have it on PlayStation, right, the PSVR 2. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it should, with those controllers, that shit should be fire with the controllers, because those controllers look sick. So maybe with that it'll feel nice, because I was using it with even though it's the same thing. You got the ones that come with the Move. I mean, the Move. That's thinking of PlayStation. The ones that come with the the Quest or whatever. Like you use,
So wait, you got the Quest or the Quest 2?
the Quest 2, the wireless one.
Okay. Don't the controllers look somewhat similar?
That's what I was gonna say. They're almost the same. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was saying. Like, it's almost the same, I guess. It goes around or whatever. So it's probably gonna be the same feeling. It's just like there's no weight, but still, it's still kind of cool that when you pull back and the ship will go up and stuff, and it feels, you're really controlling it, and you can look around in the cockpit and all that. It's cool. And if you get motion sickness, you can just zap yourself, or you can walk. I don't really get motion sickness, so I try, but my brain is like mad shocked that we're not really moving. Like, I feel it's the weirdest sensation when you have it just floating around, man.
Wait, when you say motion sickness, you mean like my human body getting motion sickness, or my character getting motion
No,
sickness?
you in real life. Well, people get motion sickness from walking in VR games.
But I'm saying, how does zapping yourself like fix it though?
Because you're not walking, you're just moving the character from
You're
point
just
to
like
point.
teleporting.
Yeah, you're teleporting. Yeah.
And
And then you can move around and mine. Yeah, exactly. So that's how Fefer would have to play it if she wanted any
Yes.
chance of not vomiting her brains out.
Yes, that is correct.
One of these days, I gotta see it in action. I'm not gonna lie.
What?
A queasy Fefer.
Oh no.
No, it's not.
You don't want to see me just being like, oh.
Yes. I'm here for chaos.
Just have her play some Call of Duty for like 3 minutes and it's over.
3 minutes, 5 tops.
Yeah.
That's if I'm wearing my patches.
She has to buy motion sickness patches.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. Hashtag
I always
not an
have
ad.
them handy. I know. I would recommend Before Your Eyes since you have the PSVR. I don't know how much it is though. I guess depending on the pricing, if you're interested, because that is
What's
a
that?
really cool story. Before Your Eyes, it uses your blinking to continue it. If you blink
Wait a
too
second.
soon,
That was the one that was on the State of Play.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Now you remember about it, huh, Daniel? Huh.
I still don't give a fuck.
Well,
we ain't
somebody
buying the
did.
VR, so it's like
Obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
that's because I played it before, and it's a really, really. I mean, also have tissues and stuff them in the VR or something when it's time. But
Marvin is a
Wait.
cold-hearted,
Hold
emotionless
on.
being.
What am I supposed to do with tissues in the VR?
Stop your crying, your tears.
I'm not gonna
Oh.
cry, obviously, but I'm supposed to
Oh.
stop my blinking also?
no, that's just for your crying.
Oh, forget about it. I'm gonna be a baby because I'm never gonna get old crying.
He's gonna be like this
Fuck
with his
outta
eyes
here.
mad dry inside.
Fuck outta
I'm not
here.
aging at all, because every time you blink, time progresses.
I'm gonna be a
Right?
day old.
Yeah,
There
they
ain't
are.
gonna
The
be
time
no tears. Fuck out of here.
each
No
of the
blinking
scenes
either.
they go to the next changing different scenes. So the more you blink, even if like you blink by mistake, that's it. The scene is over. You blink prematurely, you're done. That moment is over.
That's the only reason I would fuck with that in VR, just because there's actual eye tracking. That's gonna be good for
exactly.
PlayStation, yeah, because it has eye tracking.
I mean, you can play it on Steam. I have it on Steam.
I know,
Just
you
have
know,
your
with the
camera on.
camera, but VR sounds more fun.
Or like I mentioned on Netflix. I guess just stand there with your phone.
Hey, quick thing. Did you ever play Crossfire on PC?
No, that shitty ass. No, I did
Uh,
not.
uh, uh, Well, actually, yeah, it was shitty.
Well, from what I
No,
heard, yeah.
I mean, if you look at it, it was just like, oof. Like it reminded me of what's that trash ass game that everybody on PC plays? Counter Strike.
Oh
Oh.
yeah.
All right, so imagine like Counter Strike, but like the original version,
Really? Was that? It was like
right?
that?
Like it looked like crap, and then I mean, different locations, whatever, but the graphics look like that. So yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
And
Although I
aren't they
did hear
shutting
the
that game
first
down?
player Remedy stuff was good though.
Oh, okay. But they're shutting the game down, right? I think it's finally finished.
That one, yeah, but no. Apparently, they're coming out with a VR game,
Oh,
Crossfire,
yeah. Oh well.
Sierra
I'm
Squad.
actually been in the mood for some VR. I just want to shoot shit. Yeah. Hopefully one day it comes to PlayStation. Half-Life Alyx is actually pretty fucking dope. That's like the best VR game I ever played. Like that one, you see like a bottle or whatever, you can grab it and throw it or whatever, and you can fuck with the environment. You know, it's it's Half-Life. That's what Half-Life has always been, like a really good game that's also a tech demo. You know, because that or a physics demo. Excuse me. So that's what the VR is, and that shit is fire. Like shoot, you're walking around, you could shoot motherfuckers or whatever. You have to look above you and shit to make sure that you're not gonna get grabbed by certain like ceiling monsters and shit. And I just like that whole thing. Like I said, you can pretty much fuck with anything in the environment that looks like it could be fucked with. So you see trash rolling around, you can pick it up and pick things off the wall, shit like that. And yeah, that shit is dope. But yeah. Damn, I gotta come through. I want to see that. I just want to see that. The view is like 110 degrees. That and the. I want to fuck with it. I don't know if I want to buy it though.
I mean, it's literally still in the box, so I can literally just bring it over.
Yeah, just give it to me. I give you $200 for it.
Kiss my ass, sir.
And a nice cooked meal. I'll cook. Boom.
Fefer, you're too nice for me to tell you to kiss my ass, but pretend
That's fair.
pretend like
That's
I
fair.
did.
That's fair. Okay.
All right then. Well, this was a nice long one. We haven't done a long episode in like forever. They've all been like 50 minutes to an hour. So,
Bam.
but appreciate you being here with us, Marvin. Maybe come back unofficially regularly. Got nothing else to do?
Yeah, I mean, my man slut is busy working his 55 jobs, you know?
That's idiot Ezra for all you who don't know.
That's a sugar daddy.
Yeah. Nah, he's a money slut. Damn. Always about money.
Freaking whore.
Right? That's
And I love whores, but he's making me mad at them.
All right, guys, if you made it this far, thank you so much for listening. Definitely give us a follow at VGXL Podcast on Twitter or Video Games X Life anywhere else. Or you can follow Fefer
At Fefer on Twitch, Fefer Plays on TikTok and Twitter, and Fefer Plays, with one S on Instagram.
All right. One has, I keep forgetting you got your account back. Do you want people to follow
Marvin?
you? Marvin?
I mean, unless you want to get into an argument,
It's fun arguing with Marvin.
that's it. That's the only point of. I rarely retweet stuff, and I argue with people online. That's all I do.
All right then. Well, that's at El Gumby 23.
Yeah, sure. We'll do it that way.
Yeah, one of those.
Something. El Gumby something. You'll find them. All right, guys. Thanks and have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.